There's a book about ghost stories in China. The strangest stories from a Chinese studio. The most famous one is Painted Skin. It's really terrifying when the female ghost tears off the human skin. But I've got a question. Why did she have to paint her skin? Couldn't she just transform into a beautiful woman? Maybe her magic wasn't strong enough? To truly understand the brilliance and depths of strange stories from a Chinese studio, we have to look at the original text of Painted Skin and see how it unfolds. It tells the story of Wang Sheng, a scholar who is already married. One day early in the morning, he meets a beautiful woman and asks why she's alone. From his subtle expressions, she can tell he's interested in her, but she replies, "Those on the path of cultivation cannot dispel others' hatred and worries, so why are you asking?" Her response is quite sophisticated. The author, Pu Suning, must have studied psychology because she appears to reject the mind while subtly suggesting, "I have things on my mind. If you have time, let's go and talk." Then quickly end up in Wang Sheng's study and have an affair for some time. Later, Wang Sheng meets a Taoist who says, "I sense a demonic aura on you. Has a stranger entered your house?" This makes him suspicious. How did this old Taoist know about the young lady? So he decides to go home and check out. When he arrives, the door is locked. He climbs over the wall and hears urine winds outside. Through the window, he sees the beautiful woman he met earlier is gone. Instead, there is a ghost sitting inside with a green face, sharp teeth, and human skin spread on the bed. Holding a brush, she dips it in paint, touches up the eyebrows, lines the eyes, adjusts the nose, and trims the chin. After she finishes, she confidently tosses the brush aside and shakes the skin like shaking clothes, dripping it over herself to transform into a beautiful woman. Many Chinese TV dramas and movies have depicted this scene, emphasizing the horror of the female ghost, but failing to capture Pu Suning's portrayal of her calm demeanor. Of course, in the end, this Wang Sheng has his heart dug out by the female ghost. What exactly was she after? Is this ghost was just a glutton who wanted to dig into people's hearts to nourish herself? Why didn't she just kill Wang Sheng early in the morning? Why go through the trouble of hiding and painting her skin? It's like going on a date with your crush and sneak into the bathroom midway to touch up your makeup. In fact, when the female ghost first met Wang Sheng, she explained her past. Her parents were greedy, sending her to someone as a concubine, where she suffered abuse and eventually died during the escape. So in a way, this ghost was a victim of a feudal marriage, and upon meeting Wang Sheng, she was moved by his attentiveness and intelligence. When she thought he loved her, but when he discovered her true identity, he immediately finds the Taoist to get rid of her. From the ghost's perspective, her hope was shattered once again, leading her to disembowel Wang Sheng, seeking only his true heart. So is this ghost really that scary, or is she somewhat pitiful? The most brilliant part is the ending of the Painted Skin. It's said Wang Sheng was saved by his wife, and the Taoist managed to tame the female ghost. Hearing this, you might think it's a happy ending, but Pu Suning wrote it so ingeniously and ruthlessly. Someone like Wang Sheng, you must die. Is death enough? No, you have to come back to life. In the original text, Wang Sheng's wife, to save him, endured humiliation from a beggar. The beggar verbally abused her, beat her with a cane, and finally spat on her, making her eat it. She ate the spit in front of everyone and felt too disgusting after returning home. So she spit it out, and it fell directly into Wang Sheng's body and turned into a human heart, restoring him to life. So was this a happy ending? While Wang Sheng's appearance was restored, people knew that because of his lust, his wife endured great humiliation. This heart of his was the dirtiest thing in the world, a beggar's spit. Therefore, Painted Skin, even the entire Strange Stories from a Chinese Studio, discusses ghosts and monsters, but also discusses human nature. I often think that pure literature may not directly guide our lives or increase our knowledge, but sometimes we need the baptism of literature. We need literature as a mirror to illuminate our hearts.